In our shoulder line, from that shoulder line, I shall be marking my bust point, which is 11 inches, waist point 16 inches, and the full length of this jacket. For the full length of the jacket, if you want it at your hip level, then if you use your hip point. But if you want it a little bit above your hip, then from your waistline, you could just step down by 5 inches, 6 inches, or 7 inches. If you also want it below your hip, then you could just increase that to any length you desire. At the shoulder line, I shall be marking 3 inches as my neck width and 1.5 inches as my neck depth. I'll divide my shoulder length by 2 and mark it at the shoulder line. That was 7.5 inches. From that 7.5 inches point, I will step down by 1 inch to get my shoulder slope. After getting that point, I'll just connect the point to the neckline. My shoulder slope is set. What I have at my shoulder line is the same thing I'll be marking from that shoulder slope. It was 7.5 inches, but I'm going to be adding half an inch to make it 8 inches since I didn't want my armhole to be so tight. I will connect a straight line through that point. This is now my chest line. We have the first line to be the chest line, the bust line, the waistline, and the hip line. Let's join our armhole line this way. I'll divide my bust circumference by 4, mark that at the chest line, plus half an inch for ease. I'm not going to be adding any allowances. At the midpoint of the armhole, I'll make a point there. From that point, I'll make a curve to join with that previous point at my chest line, and that is our armhole curve. I'll also be marking my nipple to nipple divided by 4. That was 3.5 inches. I marked it at the chest line and at the hip line, and I'm making a straight line through those points. On my waistline, I shall be marking half an inch on each of the two sides, and I'll connect it this way, that way, this other way, and that other way. That is our that. Next is to divide our waist circumference by 4, mark it at our waistline, plus that half an inch for the ease, and that 1 inch that. I'll move to my hip line divided by 4. I'll mark that, but for my hip line, because I want to have a little bit of loose and wideness at my hip area, I'm not going to be making it half an inch. I shall make it 1 inch at my hip line, and I'll just go ahead and connect all those points. At the center back at my waistline, I'll be coming in by half an inch this way. I'll connect it to the neckline and to the hem of the dress this way. This is to get rid of any baldness at the back and also give flare and shape to the back area. At the side back this way, I'll be stepping up by 2 inches, and with my armhole curve, I'll just be making a curve to join with the dart. I want to make the back 2 pieces. At the shoulder line this way, I'll be marking the midpoint and I'll connect it to the dart this way. You can decide to leave it that way, or you could just do what I'm doing if you want to have a 2 pieces back. But our back is ready. Let's go ahead and cut everything out, and let's move to drafting the most interesting part everyone is waiting for. If you are not a subscriber, you can do that now. Also take this opportunity to like the video. I put in all my best to simplify the front part of these tutorials, and I know you're going to be enjoying it. From the top of our pattern paper, I shall be marking 6 inches downwards this way, and I'll make a straight line through. And on this other side, I shall also be marking 5 inches inward, and I'll make another straight line that way. From the top line, which is also our shoulder line, I shall be marking my bust